I know you can't hear me, little one. I find some small comfort in speaking to you anyway. And comfort feels foreign to me in this moment. I stand at a precipice, one I fear to cross, but for the sake of you, and no doubt countless others, I must find the strength to do so. I venture now into the darkest reaches of death, over falls and past turbulent eddies, into an emptiness that stands at the very edge of the veil. My memories are incomplete, but I remember enough. I remember the prison we shaped, the bindings born from the very fabric of Aria itself, dragged into service against imperious gods. I remember the sovereigns writhing and churning and refracting within their cage. I remember the long dark that followed, the way that time and hunger wore at their edges, until we could no longer see where one of them stopped and the others began, until individuality gave way to a drove. I remember the river slowly forming, the memories slowly slipping, the new directive granted by the water driving me away from my original purpose, up into the shallows, so that I could not see what work they might rot beneath the churning black. After all this time, I return to my ancient task, to see these gods of the sky as they wallow in the deep, but not as a watchman as I once was. Now, as an inquisitor, I fear what answers they might provide. I fear what danger proximity might bring. Even as my memories returned after meeting you, I still stayed away from this place. The bravery I held all that time ago in Aria was not one of the things restored to me. I find myself now afraid. face it. I will face them. Sovereignty.
Star child, imprisoner, betrayer, guardian, watcher, loathed son, blinded child, Requiem. Stellar form, congruent of Minara, bound in her mandrigal. You have come.
I bear a question.
Questions. You wither in a prison undeserved for millennia. When you guard, and when you finally come to us, it is with only a question.
I come in service of a life that I will not see lost.
Every unborn life is lost. Your efforts are unfelt. Your efforts are irrelevant.
My efforts are my own. I've sworn to ask, and I will.
We cannot restore your memories so that you could become a puppet to a landborn seer.
What do you mean, you restored my memories?
We are the river. We decide. We spare you from its power.
Why should I believe that?
Your belief is irrelevant. We restore your memory. You were meant to come to us. You have stayed hidden from us. Hidden in the shadows of death. When you were meant for its depths. The only question you should have is how best to atone.
Atonement? For what? For abandoning every joy and beauty of life. For damning myself to a future of oil and pitch and misery, all so that I might protect 2 realms from destruction at your hands.
You make us into an evil. We are not. You assigned the first intention where there was none. We are weavers and widowers in equal measure. Our actions exist beyond your judgment.
I remember what you did.
You remember what you felt. Those are different things.
I did not come here to debate semantics. I will not be swayed by rhetoric from an ailing force that deserves the punishment it is undergoing. You would say anything to be free.
Then believe us. If you believe rhetoric is all that remains of us.
You imply it's not.
We imply nothing. Perhaps we chose the wrong star child to restore. Ask your question. Or leave.
The land-born seer as a lover. He has seen their death, and no effort on his part can change it. He believes that there is a greater force dictating it, one beyond his sight.
His beliefs are irrelevant. Every man born to life is lost.
Do you know why he can't avoid their future? Why it always returns to their death at that moment?
Your question has a price. Star Child.
He will pay anything.
Not of him. Of the messenger. Of you.
Why me?
Will you pay it?
What is it?
Obedience. One order from us that cannot be disobeyed. Once issued and followed, the debt will be paid.
What order will that be? When will you issue it?
Accept or leave.
Accept a deal that I have no details on.
You've done it before. The blind choice to become a death walker. You say it was in service of lives. Lives are at risk now. Are they worth another blind choice?
I accept. Now tell me why that seer's lover is going to die.
Because it will break him. The act itself, or the pursuit of its solution. He believes he controls all eventualities. His belief is irrelevant. He is a tool. One that must be broken so that it can be refashioned to a new purpose. This death will do so.
How can he save them from it?
He cannot. He already knows that. And that is why he will break. Tell him the truth. Or tell him a lie. The result will be the same. The knowledge is irrelevant. The sovereigns will return by his hand toward another. And you will heed our order when it comes. Leave us.